So in case you missed it today, or I guess it was reported yesterday, GM Authority has put out an article saying that the Corvette has outsold the Camaro in 2022. Wow, what a shock. I mean, I know there's not a lot of news out there about this car, but nobody, I don't think anybody should be surprised that the Corvette is outselling the Camaro, because just about everything with the whole microchip shortage was getting priority over the Camaro, and the Corvette was one of them. I mean, the pecking order for the microchips, Camaro's at the bottom of the list. So I don't think anybody's surprised here, but we're going to break it down. And there is some good news on 2022 sales. Q2 numbers are out, and I was pretty surprised. I read it earlier on, so we'll get into that. And don't forget, please like, share, subscribe, and really appreciate all the support for the channel. So let's get at it. So as you can see on the chart here, it looks like the Corvette outsold the Camaro by about 6,000 units. Which again, it's not, none of us are surprised, or none of us should be surprised by this. The demographic for the Corvette owner is a lot different than the Camaro owner. But in the same hand, there's the first part of the good news here is, sales are up 14%. Q2 versus Q2 of 22 versus Q2 of 21. But the year over year, and I know I'm throwing a bunch of numbers at you, and I mean I deal with these numbers all day long, but the year over year numbers are really surprising. We'll get to that in a second. But 14% increase is good, considering everything that we were into last year and we're into this year. I mean, in the business that I'm in, we're seeing it worse this year than we were last year, which is kind of surprising, but obviously things are getting better out there, and we're starting to see it dribs and drabs. Certainly in Canada, there's a lot of empty dealership lots here. I was over talking to our friends at Thomas Smith Chevrolet today, and he said they're really busy. But they could be busier if they had cars on the lot, right? Which we all know. I mean, there was a time where you could go out and pick any color you wanted. So, this is great news, right? So, let's celebrate the small stuff. So the second part of this article that's surprising again from GM Authority is that GM sales are down 15% in Q2 this year. Don't know that I'm overly surprised with that one as well, but the big news that I was surprised about was Camaro was up 63% year over year. Again, this has got a lot to do with the chip shortage, and it looks like Camaro's finally getting some love and high, the high demand and pent up, people not being able to get their cars. It looks like, and many of you have told me, hey, I finally got my car, this and that. So, you know what? That's awesome to see. So, really good news. Now, I really want some feedback. I'm very curious to know why, and the production, let me pause that for a second. The production date got pushed back. So maybe that's why the building price for 23 isn't out yet. I'm still holding on. I think there's an update coming to this car, but I don't know. And don't forget, many of us, including me, have said, oh yeah, the car's probably going to die in 24. I mean, I thought it was going to die last year based on everything we were seeing, but I think there's something big coming, and I don't know. It could be way off, like I said in our previous video. But we want your input. What would you want to see for 23? If there was something that, would you like to see the 1LE option come back on the lower end models? What would you like to see for the 23 model, right? Give us your feedback. Let us know. Don't forget, tomorrow night we're live with Joe, who's at Camaro Fest. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it down because I was a bit of a dumbass. Let my passport expire anyways, so we won't go there. But, I'll be at home wishing I was down there with those guys. A little bit of secret. Anthony's a big fan of the channel. Blueprint 1LE, in case you don't subscribe to his channel. I'm hoping Anthony's going to be there with Joe. So, there's a sneak peek for the special guest. We're hoping that's going to come through. Joe's going to give us an update from Camaro Fest tomorrow. The guys are down there. They had the autocross today. I think the meet and greet was last night. Anyways, we're going to have a live update from Camaro Fest in Bowling Green, so make sure you join us for that. And until we see you again, thank you very much for the support. Please like, share, subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We really appreciate the support.